I'm finally in a college dorm. And if you've been following the channel for the past 3 to 4 years, you can understand that this is supposed to be a huge moment for me, but I am in a pickle because everybody thinks college is going to be this great social experience, which it is, because it's hard. The work is hard. Meeting new people can sometimes be intimidating, and starting a new journey is difficult. And for the past week or couple of weeks, I've been thinking I don't really understand the full purpose of it. You go for 4 years and eventually you get a degree. And then you work a big time job and you get paid big numbers to provide for your family or whatever you're going to do in the future. And I get it. I completely understand that that's the final goal, and that's what a lot of people want. But when I started this channel when I was in high school, I was not a good student, and I was never a good student since elementary school. Just never the biggest student. And I don't want this to be a pity party, but I'm just saying college is hard, and right now I'm struggling. I had to go home a couple times, and I understand that's normal for a freshman in college to go home. Being here is a privilege, and it's costing a lot of money, and to just drop it one day is not in the playbooks, because that would just be unethical. If you're wondering, I have been to the parties. I have partied. Me and my roommate have gone out and we partied the first week we were here. And you'd think that what's been holding me back is partying, but actually it's just been getting the work done. For some reason, there's something in my brain that's like, wow, this is so pointless to me. And I really just don't want to do it. So I don't do it. And then I'm all stressed out, and then I look at my grades, and I'm failing a class right now, and I'm taking a 205 course, and if you don't know what that is, it's a course that's I shouldn't be taking as a freshman, and it's all based on tests. So you take the course, right? There's no homework, there's no attendance policy. You either go or you don't. You either learn the material or you don't. And you fail or you pass. You don't fail or you pass. You either get a F, D, C, B, A. And I proved to myself that I could get a C in the class at first. But after that, it just became more and more difficult. And I missed an exam. And I regret missing the exam, but it's hard. And I'm honestly debating whether or not I want to be here. But let's say I were to go home. Let's say most people with families that send them off to college. You go home, your whole family's going to be disappointed. Eventually they'll come around and they'll understand. But I don't understand what my point is right now. I don't understand really where I'm going right now. I'm a business major, so that is helping something. It's just all confusing. Everything is confusing. Every piece of work I do is confusing. Everywhere I step, everywhere I walk, it was all unknown at first, and now, I have some sort of a routine, but it's still difficult to stay on track. And my area is messy, my dorm is messy. I've been meaning to clean it for weeks now, and I don't know if it's just the stresses of college or if it's literally a mental health thing. Because when I'm somewhere that I don't want to be, it's not easy for me to really be motivated. And I do want to be here, but at the same time, I've never had confidence in academics, as I said. So it's really difficult. And everybody tells me all the time, over and over again, you should have just stuck with your YouTube channel. You should have just done that. And even my family had told me, if you were to have stayed with the YouTube channel, then we would have supported you the whole way. And I think about that often, but you can't dwell in the past. So, for anybody else out there that thinks about, well, I could have done this, I could have done that, well, yeah, a lot of people have that same feeling. And I'm having that feeling right now. I'm 20, and I'm a freshman in college. So it's difficult to wrap your head around that. And it's difficult to just let things go. And, I talk to my parents. Obviously, my dad wishes he invested in NVIDIA or Facebook or one of those huge companies when he was younger. But you can't dwell on that. You can't think about that. He doesn't think about that. And if he thought about it too much, it would drive him insane. And thinking about what I could have done with this channel if I overthought it would drive me absolutely insane. Because if I were in a position where I didn't have to go to school, I could just do what I loved and made a living off of that, then that would be great. And I hate the idea of making a living and what it takes to make a living. And I understand that we live in a society where you have to have a job, obviously, and you have to provide for yourself and you have to provide for others. But maybe I'm privileged enough to say, I don't want to live my life like that. I don't want to be clocking in 8 hours a day to something that I don't enjoy doing. That's purposeless. It's purposeless. And I understand that if you're in college, it's for the greater good. It's for moving forward. It's for having a job when you're outside. It's for having a high-paying job. A lot of people don't get that out of college. A lot of people still struggle. And it's difficult to think about, and it's frustrating. It's really frustrating to think about. At this point, I'm thinking about options to get out of here. Maybe start a clothing brand, start an Instagram account where I use AI to make videos. There's so many things that are going through my brain, and studying is not one of them, and that is the biggest problem I have. And I'm focused just on the wrong things, because you think about studying and I just get turned off immediately. I don't know about anybody else. It's hard for me to hunker down. It's hard for me to push through that, and maybe that's just a weakness, but it's very, very, very difficult. That's my rant. I'll definitely be posting more videos. I went home and I brought my microphone back so I could make videos. And I don't know. We'll see what I post from here. I don't truly expect this channel to grow, but if it's your first time here, feel free to join the community. It's very on and off here, but I'm so sorry for the cars. But I'll do what I can, and you guys will definitely be updated throughout this journey and throughout my life, because I have a lot of people on here that I appreciate, and I love all of you. And thank you guys.